in the past, this is something that businesses did not have. They weren't able to capitalize off it. But in 2024, all of us in this room have the opportunity to do that, and that's what I'm going to show you guys how to do. So the best place to advertise your business is on social media, like I said, and here is why. So there are 4.95 billion social media users, which means 61% of the entire world's population is active on social media. Not 61% of the people in the United States, not 61% of the people in Texas, 61% of the people in the entire world are active on social media. So there's not one person anywhere who can tell me that their ideal clients or their customers are not somewhere on social media. They may not be on Instagram, but they might be on Facebook. They might not be on Facebook, but they might be on LinkedIn. They might not be on LinkedIn, but they might be on YouTube. Any way you want to slice it, any way you want to cut it, your ideal clients are out there. Now it's up to you to actually go and find them. So if 61% of the world is active on social media, that means as a business owner, you must not only be active, but you have to have a strategy to actually take advantage of this opportunity. And with almost 5 million people on social media, like I said, I promise all of you in here that your ideal clients are out there. So, organic content. I know some of you guys are thinking this, or you might have even thought this as soon as you saw what the name of this session was going to be. Why do I need to pay money to advertise my business when I can post on social media for free, right? So, social media is free monetarily because you pay with your attention. Everything on social media is designed, every new feature, every new gadget, every new reel or whatever is specifically designed to keep you on the platform longer so they can show you more ads. Because if they show you more ads, you'll click on more ads. And if you click on more ads, you'll potentially buy more stuff. And if you buy more stuff, you'll make advertisers like me happy. If you make advertisers like me happy, you keep paying Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, and this is how they make money. So you guys can do it for free because people like me and my clients are funding your struggle. So think about it like that. And there's 2 reasons why you should pay for advertising even though you can post free content. And the first one is because, and y'all all know this, social media purposely limits your reach, right? Raise your hand real quick if you experience this. You post something, you got 10,000 followers, but 2,000 people saw it. Spend how much time, how much money and effort building up your page for 20% of all the people that you actually work hard to get to see, right? So they do this on purpose because if they gave you all the reach you wanted, then you wouldn't have to pay them, right? So if you just post it for free and you can get all of the reach you wanted, there would be no need at all for anybody to ever advertise. And that wouldn't be good for their bottom line. So what they do is they restrict your reach and pretty much incentivize you to advertise. So you can either play the game or try to find a workaround. And the second reason is because you cannot predict growth if you're at the mercy of the algorithm. If one reel gets you 10,000 views, the next reel gets you 1,000 views, the next 3 reels get you 500 views, it's very hard to get any kind of consistency because your reach is all over the place, your engagement is all over the place. But when you are running paid advertising, you know exactly how many people are going to see it. You know exactly the type of person that's going to see it. It gives you so much more control. Now, it might sound like I was talking down on organic content or whatever. I'm not. I post organically. I recommend all of my clients to post organically. I recommend everybody in here to post organically. What I'm saying is do both. Because posting organically is not going to be enough. Even if you have millions of followers. Look at your favorite sports player or influencer. They may have millions of followers. Somebody may have 20 million followers. But their reel got 1 million views after a week. That just doesn't make any sense, right? So what we have to do to supplement this is paid advertising. Organic content and paid ads complement each other very well. So post organically on social media and run paid ads. So another reason why this is important is because when you're advertising and you're running ads, you are a random stranger to these people. They have no idea who you are. What they're going to do is click your profile. They're going to go back to your page. They're going to see, does this person actually talk about this stuff, or are they just creating an ad quickly trying to make some money? So it's very important that you have organic content on your page that's actually showing the value that you provide and how you can actually help them. Anybody in here have run ads on social media before? Any platform? 1, 2, 3, so we got a few of y'all. Have y'all ever said that?
Yep.
Ads don't work? Why'd you say that?
Seemed like we wouldn't get no bang for my buck.
Wasn't getting any bang for your buck, of course. So, what about telling you that ads always work? Tell me that.
Show.
Show you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you. So, did you create the ad?
Nah.
So did somebody create the ad? And they wrote the copy and they set up the target and all that, right? So let's say you did it, right? If you create the ad, if you write the copy and you show the audience, whose fault is it if it doesn't convert?
Nah.
All the ad's job is to give you exposure. If you are given the exposure, the ad worked. If you didn't get the conversions you wanted, then we have to go back to the drawing board. Maybe the targeting is off, maybe the copy's off, maybe the video isn't accurate. Luckily for y'all, we can go over all 3 of those things today, right? So, ads always work. Since the beginning of time, businesses have been advertising. Newspapers, radio ads, commercials, social media, etc., right? Billions of dollars are spent on advertising every single year. $7 million for 30 seconds. That's how much a Super Bowl commercial was. Was really still Kansas City Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers. If you wanted a slot on that television, it was going to cost you a calm $7 million for 30 seconds, right? So, if ads don't work, why are the biggest, most competent companies in the world waiting on wait lists for years just to pay $7 million for ads that's not going to work, right? So we know ads work because they understand that if they get the right message in front of the right audience of people, they have a much higher percentage of making a sale, right? And you can do the same exact thing. You may not have $7 million for a Super Bowl commercial, but what you do have is access to pretty much 61% of the entire world's population. And this is the most common problem that I deal with all of the time, right? So after speaking with countless amounts of entrepreneurs, 90% of them all have the same problem. And I want to see how many of y'all have this problem too. So you got a good product, you got a good service, you got good reviews, you do good work, you get testimonials for a bunch of people, but not enough people know who you are. You're not getting the amount of customers you want. Is anybody experiencing this right now? Anybody?
Yep.
Yeah? It's very common. So if people don't know you exist, they cannot give you any money. And that sounds very obvious. But it took me 2 years to really understand what that actually means. Nobody has ever bought anything they've never heard of before, because it would be impossible. So if people don't know you, you're not even giving them the chance to buy from you. You may have something that somebody wants right now, but they don't know you exist, they can't see it, so they can't patronize your business. This is why ads are so crucial. Think about how much more sales you would make if you simply just ask more people to buy, right? So let's say you two have the same exact product. You ask 100 people to buy, you ask 1,000 people to buy every day. So every day you ask 100 people, every day you ask 1,000 people. At the end of the month, same product, who's making more money? You're making more offers. If you're making more offers, more people can say yes. This is so important, and it sounds basic, but please understand what I'm saying when I say that. This is why ads are so crucial, because they are like your own digital salespeople. 24/7, 365, even on Christmas, even on Kwanzaa, even on Thanksgiving, your ads are circulating the internet looking for your perfect customers. 2 a.m. or 2 p.m., your social media ads are always going to be working for you. They don't take breaks, no sick days, no vacations, and they don't complain. I'll be honest with y'all, you will have an occasional run-in with the Facebook police, but that's stuff that you can get over. So all times, imagine this. Imagine you had an employee that worked 24/7, 365, never took a day off. Wouldn't that be one of the most efficient employees ever? The best employee ever? And you can have as many as you want of these. So just imagine how quickly you can grow your business once you start utilizing the proper strategies. This is so crucial for you guys. So now you know why ads are important and why you need to be running ads for your business. Now let's talk about how to create ads that are actually going to attract high-ticket customers. But before that, I want to tell you that all of you guys are unwanted house guests. And y'all probably like, what? I paid for my ticket, y'all be crazy. Nah. So imagine you're cooking a Sunday dinner, right? And you're making your favorite meal, you really putting your elbow in that thing, right? And you hear a knock at the door, and somebody comes up and is like, hey, I was in the neighborhood and it smelled real good outside, and I just thought I'd knock on the door and come get some food. Is that cool? What would you do with that? Yeah, me too, right? I'm from New York. I'm slamming that door faster than I can say I don't even know, right? But why, right? Because they're coming empty-handed too, right? No paper towels, no food, no paper plates, no red Solo cups, no napkins, nothing. They come in with a request. That's it. The likelihood of you saying yes to this person is extremely low. Extremely, extremely low. And why? And that's because they come with their hand out asking for something with no value in return. There's no way that you benefit from that situation at all. Only them, because they get a free meal because they were in the area and you were cooking for yourself or your family and they're going to eat just because they smelled it from outside. I don't think so. But this is what 99% of business owners are doing when they run their ads. You're running ads that say, hey, I'm me. Give me money because I do this, this, or that. But like I said before, people are not on social media to see your ads. So do you think that they're going to care when your face pops up? Honestly, if I'm being frank, the last thing somebody scrolling on social media wants to see is any of y'all faces trying to sell something. So since that's the case, if we're going to interrupt their Sunday dinner, right, we have to give them a very, 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 very good reason for doing so. If I'm going to interrupt you while you're going about your day, I better have something really good that I need your attention for, right? So now let's say the same person knocks on the door, but this time they came correct. They got chicken, they got yams, they got ribs, they got mac and cheese, they got everything you want, they got in there. Now you might still say no, because at the end of the day, this is a stranger, this is an unwanted house guest, but you'll be far more likely to at least consider breaking bread with this person. Why? Because they came with value. I'll benefit, and everybody in my family will benefit if this person eats at the table with me, right? And this is the basis of my magnetic advertising blueprint. Regardless if someone decides to do business with me or not, they will benefit from seeing my ad. So I don't mean they're getting value after they click the link. They're getting value in the video. You guys are going to hear me say video a lot because I'm of the belief that video ads perform better. That's backed by data, not just me saying it. So, regardless if someone decides to do business with me or not, they're going to benefit from my ad in some way. You guys, if you take nothing from what I'm saying but this, please, 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 anytime you're creating content, it doesn't even have to be just ads. Think about the value that the person on the other end of the phone is going to receive. Because you'll be surprised how many people that I've ended up working with who've been following me for years. And they said, man, I've been following you for 6 months and you just give free value every day. And I really like it, you help me a lot. And I'm finding this how to pull the trigger and I'm going to work with you, right? And I'm sure some of you guys have had similar situations. When you give value, you create goodwill within people and you can actually initiate the law of reciprocity. Now, let's talk about your audience. When it comes to advertising, it starts with your audience. If you don't know who you're selling to, the what about what you're selling is really, really irrelevant, right? So if you discover information about your ideal prospect by doing market research. And this is gonna sound boring, nobody wanna do this. And if I had more time, I would bore you out to death with an hour-long market research PowerPoint, but I don't have the time to do that today, luckily for y'all. But quickly, to do market research, this is some things you can do. So go on platforms like Reddit, Quora, Amazon, and Facebook groups, and find the type of people you're trying to help, right? So if you're looking for business owners, and this is what I literally do, and people on my team do, we will type up whatever prompt it is. So if I'm looking for business owners, I'll type in business owners Reddit. If I'm looking for a hair business who They make products for hair growth. I'll type in hair frustrations red because I want to find the people who have these problems, and I want to learn everything about them. I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know what they like. I want to know what they don't like. I want to know what shampoo they use. I want to know what shows they watch. I want to know their favorite movie. I want to know every last drop of possible information about these people. Why I need to be on their business like that? Because the more I know, the better message I can craft, the better copy I can create, the better video ads I can make, the better emails I can write. Because I know the person. I know the type of person that I'm looking for, and I'm going to speak to that one person. And a lot of you guys are probably your own person, or you used to be anyway. So for me, I used to be my ideal client. An entrepreneur trying to build a business, not necessarily sure exactly what to do. That was me. So if you guys really think about it, your previous selves, you guys may be your own ideal clients. And that really helped you a lot because you already know how you were feeling during those moments. So find your audience with social media ads. When you're spending money on ads, it's crucial that the right people are actually seeing it, right? That goes without saying. But this is a common mistake many entrepreneurs make. They put money behind ads, but the ads are going to the wrong people, and of course they're upset with the results, right? So I love dogs. I love dogs. But I hate cats. Can't stand cats. I'm sorry for that. I can't stand cats. Me too. If somebody spent $1 million on cat ads targeted to me, they would blow $1 million. I would never click it just because I'm not the right audience for that person. I use a very simplistic example just for the sake that everyone can understand. But this is what happens when you show your ads to the wrong people, right? You're showing cat ads to dog lovers. Right. Just to make it simple. It doesn't work. They don't like cats. They like dogs. So show your cat ads to people who like cats, right? And you might be asking, well, how do I find the people who like cats? It's not like they're holding the signs that say, hey, I love cats. Don't worry, I got you. And if you guys have not been writing, this is the part where I would suggest you guys take notes, because from here on in, we are giving you the exact framework that I use for myself and I use for every last one of my clients. So I would recommend you guys get this information down. And what we do to find our perfect audiences every single time with, let's just use Facebook for example, let's say we're running Facebook ads, is our 3-layer targeting system. The first layer is going to be something that is directly related to your product or your service. The second layer is going to be something that is closely related to your product or your service. And the third layer is going to be something else that your ideal clients are also interested in. And I'll explain that in one moment. But just make sure you guys get that down for me. So when you're running ads on a platform like Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it, the options choose which audiences of people can see your ads based off their interests, behaviors, and their demographics. So those are the 3 ways you can target people. By the things they like, by the way they act, or their demographics. So this is an example of how we would use the 3-layer targeting system. So we're going to use myself first for the first example. So layer 1, remember what we said layer 1 was? Something that is directly related to your product or your service. Well, if I help coaches attract clients with Facebook ads, then online advertising is indeed directly related to my product or my service. So that's layer 1. Layer 2, something closely related to your product or your service. Digital marketing. So online advertising is a subsection of digital marketing, which would make it closely related to my product or my service. And layer number 3 is going to be something else that your ideal clients are also interested in. I'm looking for business owners and entrepreneurs. Shark Tank, perfect, right? A show about business owners and entrepreneurs, and the audience is largely business owners and entrepreneurs. So on that 3rd layer, it can kind of be like miscellaneous, right? It doesn't have to be business, because business owners enjoy stuff too. They eat at restaurants too. They watch shows and movies too. So the only way to target people is not by the obvious, online advertising and digital marketing. They like other things. Another example, just to make sure I'm really hitting this point home for you guys. Let's say I have a hair care business and I sell shampoo and conditioner and all that good stuff, right? Layer number 1, something that is directly related to my product or service. Hair care. Layer number 2, something that is closely related to my product or my service. skincare. Because if you're interested in hair care, there's a good chance that you're probably interested in your skincare as well. And layer number 3, something else that my ideal clients are also interested in, Vogue, the magazine. So if you're interested in hair care and you're interested in skincare, then there's a good likelihood that you may be interested in a magazine like Vogue. So it's very important that you guys get these 3 layers down, and every time you're running your ads and you're selecting your audiences, you should select them like this, right? So if you see something that is directly related to your product or your service, that's always going to be layer 1. Closely, it's always layer 2. What I would recommend, and this is what we do, I would go into the Facebook ads manager, and I would look at all the interests, and I would categorize all the possible interests in layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3 for my business. That way, when it's time to test new things, I don't have to go do this process all over again. I already have a bunch of things to go through, and we can just line them up and let them go, right? So, is this part clear for everybody? Yeah. Pretty good. Now you know how to do market research to learn about your ideal prospects, and you have my 3-layer formula to target them in your ads. Now, let's create a high-converting ad video. So, this is my 4-step video ad formula, and again, every one of my clients uses this. I always use it, so this is stuff that you guys are going to want to get down. So, this is the exact video formula that we use for all of our paying clients. It's 4 steps. The first step is always going to be the hook. And the hook is the most important part, is because this is what's going to actually get your ideal prospects' attention, right? So if you don't grab their attention within the first 2 to 3 seconds, it's over. Done. No chance. Over. Think about, I'm gonna pick my area. Think about you, right? When you're on Facebook or Instagram and you're scrolling, you see an ad, what do you do? Yeah. You see an ad? Nobody's trying to see ads, right? So since we know nobody wants to see us interrupting them, it is crucial, it is so important that within the first 2 to 3 seconds, we call these people out directly, right? Call out the exact type of person you're looking for. So, an example of a hook. Are you an entrepreneur in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? If you are, you might read more. If you're not, you're going to keep scrolling. And that's exactly what we want. If this is my hook for my video, I only want people who are entrepreneurs in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. If you're not an entrepreneur and you live in Dallas, sorry. If you're an entrepreneur and you live in Austin, sorry. Right? We're being very, very clear because you want to attract, but at the same time that you're attracting who you want that same copy and the same messaging to repel. I want to repel every single person who's not an entrepreneur in Dallas-Fort Worth because that's what I'm looking for. Step number 2 is going to be the introduction and establish your credibility. So again, you are a stranger. You popping up on these people's feed. They have no idea who you are. Please introduce yourself and say hello. Let people know who you are and why they should actually listen to you. That's important because there's a lot of people who advertise unethically, who sell stuff that may not necessarily be the best quality or who have no intentions of having integrity, right? So it's important that you let people know that you're not one of those people. And this is how you do that. Let people know who you are and how you can help people. Oops. Third step is value. Remember we talked about that earlier. Your ad is considered valuable if it educates, entertains, motivates, or inspires. So I know I've been using the word value a lot, and some of you guys may be thinking, well, how do I know if this video is valuable or not? What deems this as valuable? Does it educate? Does it motivate? Does it entertain? Does it inspire? If it checks at least one of those 4 boxes, then you can say that that video is valuable. And you can do more than one, but at all times, make sure that you're doing at least one of those 4. I will not clear an ad to run for myself or for a client if one of those 4 boxes are not checked. Why? Because I've been doing this long enough, spent enough money to know that the best ads are the ones that give value and actually help people. Because once they see the ad and it actually helped them, they're going to share it to their friends. And their friends are going to share it to their friends. But I only pay for the one person. This is why it's super important that we have value in all of our ads. I'm going to say this until I turn blue in the face because it's important and I mean it. And the easiest way, in my opinion, to add value is to teach something. You guys all have information that is valuable. You guys are all subject matter experts in whatever it is you do. And I fall into this a lot. I think because I know that everybody knows. I'm not going to teach that everybody. I'm not going to teach this, it's too simple. Then I go talk to people and they're like, what is that? It's simple to me because I'm the expert in this situation, right? It's simple to you because you're the expert. It's simple to you because you're the expert. It's simple to you because you're the expert. But to somebody else, this is groundbreaking information. This is stuff they've never heard of before. So it's very important that you don't downplay yourself. You have valuable information just because you know it. That don't mean everybody else knows it. You are special. All of you guys bring great things to the table. And when you're teaching people, this is where you can display it. And step 4 is that call to action. Man, if I see another ad without a call to action, my hair is already short, but I'm a brick, whatever, that's left out. Whatever action you want your ideal prospects to take, please tell them. Don't leave anything up to chance. Don't leave anything to their imagination. If you want somebody to click the link in your bio and go purchase something, tell them click the link in my bio and go purchase something. If you want somebody to go share this video with 3 of your friends, tell them to share this video with 3 of your friends. If it's 4, tell them to share this video with 4 of your friends. Whatever the action is, clearly and concisely tell them what to do. People will say they don't like being told what to do, but when you tell them what to do, they do. So I don't.
It's true. That's real true.
So here's an example script, right? So let me go over those 4 again. So step 1 was the hook. Step 2 is establishing credibility and introducing yourself. Step 3 is the value, and step 4 is the call to action. So right, this is an example video ad script so you guys can see how this works in real time. So are you a parent looking to lose 20 pounds in the next 30 days?
Yes.
Boom. Bullet 1, what is that? Hook. Good job. My name is Devin, and I've helped over 200 parents around the world lose 20 pounds in 30 days without restricted diets or spending all day in the gym.
Yes.
Boom. Here we go. Step 2. My secret is these 3 tricks that, when used properly, turn the body into a fat-burning machine. Point number 1, point number 2, point number 3. I'm not a fitness coach, so I don't actually know it. It's just an example. That is the value, right? Step 3. And number 4, if you want to shed excess body fat and feel confident again when you look in the mirror, click the link below and register for my weight loss
Yes,
accelerator.
I'm registered.
Boom. That is the call to action. So that is how you use the 4 steps so you guys can actually see it. This is a short example just because I don't have all the time in the world, but I just want you guys to be able to see it and how it actually looks when you're doing it yourself. Now, so we got an audience, we got the targeting system down. Now we got the formula for our videos, making video ads that are converting like crazy. Now, how we write copy? And doing this for a while, this stuns a lot of people. People be like, I don't like writing captions, I don't like writing emails, I don't like writing ad copy or whatever it is. But once you understand simple frameworks like this, it makes it very, very simple, right? So the method I'm going to be teaching you guys today is called the PASS method, or PAS method, right? You guys have probably heard of this before. This has been used for a long time. And it's been used for a long time because it's actually effective. So this is one of the strategies that I use a lot just because it's simple, quick to the point, and I can get what I need done, right? It doesn't always have to be a dissertation. Sometimes you can just call somebody out and say what you need to say, and you can get the conversion that you're looking for. Other times, longer copy is necessary. So PASS stands for pain, agitation, and solution. So first, you want to call out the pain point. Once you call out the pain point, then you want to agitate the pain point, kind of poke at it to let them know that this is actually a problem, and if you don't fix it, it's going to get worse. And then you're going to establish yourself as the solution to this problem, right? So I made an example for you guys again so you guys can see how it works when we're actually doing it. I'm sorry this is small, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll read it for you guys. And I changed the colors so you guys can see where we're in the P, the A, and the S, right? So are you a homeowner with leaky pipes? If you answered yes, keep reading. Wow. This is the pain. Whatever the pain is, we're calling it out. We're not beating around the bush. We help people fix their leaky pipes. You got leaky pipes or not? It's as simple as that. That's what we're doing, right? If you answer yes, keep reading. As you know, this can be very dangerous for your home. The more your pipes continue to leak, the more damage that can be done to your house. And the longer you wait for help, the more likely it is a pipe burst, and now you have to deal with flooding. Now that's hypertension, right? Because I already told you, I said you had leaky pipes, and you're like, yeah, I do, because you kept reading. But this can be very dangerous for your home. And if it leaks, if it continues to leak, there's more damage that can be done to your house. And in the grand finale, if a pipe bursts, now you have to deal with flooding, right? We are agitating the problem, because if they didn't really understand that their problem is huge here, they understand that their problem is huge here. And now, in the blue is the solution. So we're positioning ourselves as a solution for this issue. But luckily for you, you're seeing this ad. My name is Plumber Joe, and I spent the last 20 years saving homes by fixing leaky pipes before it's too late. And I can do the same for you. All you have to do is click the link below and schedule your free time to chat. Again, that's just an example. I don't know who Plumber Joe is. So, what happens after they see your ad, right? So you think you make an ad, you set it up, you run it, and that's it, right? You're done? No. Once you do that, that's when the process starts. You create your ad, and a lot of you guys may not like to hear this, but 93% of all people who see your ads will completely ignore you. Act like you don't exist. Keep scrolling. They don't care. They're not interested. Why are they not interested? I told you guys already. People are on social media to connect with their friends, family, look at some memes, watch some funny videos, look at the NBA page, whatever. They're not trying to see y'all selling whatever y'all selling. Like, we gotta remember that. We gotta understand that. So, if you don't have a follow-up strategy, that means you're throwing away 93 cents of every single dollar. That sound like good business? No, absolutely not. So, what do? How do we re-engage with the 93% of people who are not paying any attention to our ads? And the way we do this is by retargeting. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with that phrase or you've heard it before, but I'm sure some of you guys in this room have dealt with the scenario I'm about to explain. So you're on Instagram, you see somebody ad, you're like, man, I ain't messing with this. Then you go on Facebook, and you see that Shane Hughes ad, look, man, I just got him out of here, what are you doing? Then 20 minutes later, you go back to Instagram. Here he is again, but he got a different ad this time. Then you go back to Facebook later, a different ad, right? So have you ever been followed around the internet by ads before? Anybody here?
Yeah.
That is called retargeting.
Yes, sir.
And once you find yourself caught up in that web, good night. Because what it's tracking is called a pixel. Once you interact with this person in any kind of way, and I'll try not to get too technical, a pixel is a piece of code. It tracks. Once you're tracked on that pixel, they can target you. They can send ads to you whenever they want, right? So if you don't want to see people's ads, don't interact with them at all. If you like it, if you watch it for too long, you're going to be in the pixel and you're going to keep seeing their ads. So word to the wise. But yeah, that scenario can be extremely annoying, right? Because nobody wants to see the same ads over and over again. But what people don't understand is the law of 7. People need to see you about 7 times before they decide to do business with you. They need about 7 touch points before people are going to decide to work with you. So if somebody sees my ad one time, they might not have even looked at it. They might have just scrolled past it. It don't mean they don't like it. It don't mean they're not interested. 2 or 3 times, they're like, oh man, I keep seeing it. 4 or 5 times, I'm like, let me see this guy. Maybe he was, maybe, I see some of his testimonials. Maybe he can do it. The 7th time, like, I keep seeing it. He's clearly not going to go away, right? So let me just click and see what he's talking about. That is pretty much the basis of that retargeting. We're going to keep showing ads because the repetition is what actually helps people purchase. So let's imagine you're in a grocery store and you need detergent or something. It could be anything. It's the same price and the same quality. One of them you've never heard of before, the other one is Tide and you see the commercial all the time. Which one are you picking? Why?
See it all the time.
Familiarity. You see it all the time. I know Tide. And whether we admit this or not, people just automatically assume, well, they have commercials, so they must be good. And I've never heard of this one. And if this was any good, I would have heard of it, right? Does anybody use that logic? Even though it's flawed, we all use it, right? Because we're all humans. So, retargeting is important because it allows you to advertise differently to people who are at different stages. So, for example, the person who books a call with you is further along in the sales process than someone who only likes a few photos on Instagram. Right? So you shouldn't advertise to these 2 people the same way. And when you're retargeting, you can separate people by how they interact with you when where they're at in the sales process. And another example, so I can create 3 different custom audiences, right? So let's say I have 3 groups, and one of those groups I have people who engage with me on Instagram. Another group I have people who watch 25% or more of one of my videos. And in another group I have all the people who visited my landing page. The people who engage with me on Instagram are nowhere near as warm as the people who are visiting my landing page. Because if you just like a page, like a photo on Instagram, this might be the first time you ever saw me. But if you're on my landing page, it still could be the first time you ever saw me. But you have to get through so much copy and videos to get to where you're at in the landing page, which means your level of awareness to me is much different than the person who just liked a couple photos. Which means you cannot advertise to these people the same way. Because the person who is already booking a call, they may just need to know about my guarantee, or they just may need to see a few more testimonials. The person who likes some of your Instagram photos, they may need to see more benefits. They need to see more of your body of work. They may need to see you be consistent for longer. So you have to understand that people are at different stages in the process, and you can't talk to everybody like they're at the same stage because you're going to lose people. But if you don't take the steps, everyone receives the same message regardless of where they're at in the sales process. And this is really, really not good, right? So, what do you guys learn today? How to do market research and find what your ideal prospects actually desire. How to use my 3-layer targeting formula to always find the right audience with your ads. And how to create a video ad that actually attracts high-ticket customers. How to create copy that converts into sales. And how to use retargeting to make your ads more effective. So, I wanted to make sure I left enough time to answer any questions that any of you guys may have. I know that was a lot, so I want to make sure I'm able to support any one of you guys with any questions that you have. So, I don't bite. Think of myself as a nice guy. Anybody got any questions?
Let's give God praise for Devin real quick. Come on.